Kim Cobb is a climate scientist, and she is the director of the Global Change Program at Georgia Tech. And so good to see you. So you are one of the lead authors of the 2021 UN report on climate change. So help us connect the dots. Help explain what role climate change is having with these powerful storms and the frequency of these storms.
Well, first, we really have to start with the basics here. The United Nations report calling out greenhouse gas emissions, fossil fuel emissions, driving warming across the planet is unequivocal. That's not news, of course, we've known that for decades. What is new about this report is new and stronger links between that ongoing warming and any number of climate and weather extremes, including tropical cyclone strength, including extreme rainfall. We all saw the role that warmer surface oceans in the Gulf played in the rapid intensification of Hurricane Ida, and of course the havoc that was wreaked by a warmer atmosphere that can hold more water vapor and deliver more rainfall. Both of those things conclusively linked to climate change caused by fossil fuel emissions.
So this warmer weather is behind these strengthening. I mean, these storms that seem to become even more powerful. That's based on the research that you have uncovered. So what, if anything, can be done now? Because I've certainly heard a lot of scientists who said if there was to make an impact, it should have been done 10 or 15 years ago. So is there anything, and what are those things that can be done now to address or perhaps even stop these storms or the frequency of such from becoming even bigger?
Well, first, it's never too late to turn to science to help inform cities and communities across the country about how to prepare and be climate ready through better preparedness, but also thinking about infrastructure investments that need to be made to come up to speed with where we are with the climate crisis, given that it's only going to get worse in the coming decades. What we need to do is quickly move to deep and sustained cuts in greenhouse gas emissions so that by mid-century, we'll see a reduced risk from some of these accelerating climate change impacts, and of course, reserve the right to cool later this century. That's what's at stake right now over the next decade.
So is it going to be your view that these areas that have been destroyed, will some of these areas be uninhabitable? Will it mean, because of the track of these storms or what we're learning about these storms, that there just might be areas of this country that have been inhabited that can no longer be developed for such, that they really just cannot return as communities as we knew them?
Well, obviously, the toll from this kind of damage is lasting. In fact, it will extend across generations. And we've seen that from the devastating hits of past storms across the coastal communities in recent past. And so, these are big costs paid by lives, livelihoods, and frankly, billions of dollars to our economy every year. And so that's what's at stake right now when we think about how we want to invest in climate-ready communities, as well as whether we want to begin to turn the tide on what we're doing with fossil fuel emissions and get serious about what's at stake.
And we're looking right now at images of, the consequences of wildfires out west. I mean, what correlation do you see between the destruction caused by these wildfires and the kind of destruction that we are also witnessing from these flash floods, hurricane winds, etc.?
Yes, I mean, the term record breaking has become a near weekly occurrence. Obviously, the wildfires out west devastating now year on year on year. And this is also conclusively linked to warming caused by fossil fuels in the new United Nations report on climate. This is soil heating up, drying out, vegetation drying out, and creating the kind of fuel for the rapid, large fires that we're seeing out west.
Wow. I mean, it is fascinating. Kim Cobb, thank you so much, and thanks for the work that you're doing to help educate us all about what more we can do to try and improve matters as best we can. Thank you.